The world has certainly been through seismic events in recent times, but how might things shape up in 2023? Some indications may be found in the fabled writings of French astrologer Nostradamus. History's most famous seer, Nostradamus has been credited with predicting everything from the rise of Hitler to the 9/11 attacks, and his work is still consulted by millions around the globe. So in this video, we are going to tell you top 3 Nostradamus 2023 predictions part 3. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Top 3. Number 3. Immigration get worsen. Nostradamus is believed to have accurately predicted landmark events such as the rise of Adolf Hitler, World War II, the September 11 terrorist attack, and the French Revolution that have shaped our world. The French mystic astrologer wrote 6,338 prophecies, including when, where, and how our world will dramatically end. This has been predicted as the conflict in Ukraine, caused by Russia's invasion, can grow even bigger, resulting in World War III. Or it could refer to the ongoing conflict in Southeast Asia between China and Taiwan, which threatens to drag the United States into a terrifying nuclear war. The French city of Rouen bizarrely appears to escape the battle in the scary prediction. Rouen, Evreux shall not fall to the king, wrote Nostradamus. Floods, cyclones, and storm surges have made many existing coastal regions uninhabitable. The combined forces of severe drought, soil erosion, desertification, and even saltwater intrusions have caused multiple harvest failures, especially in poorer, developing nations. Food and water shortages threaten billions. Many low-lying islands face the possibility of complete elimination. Consequently, 150 million or more desperate and impoverished environmental refugees have been driven from their homes. It's not hard to imagine this dire scenario, now so familiar from apocalyptic news reports and disaster movies. Given the media narratives commonly deployed on this topic, climate change will create world's biggest refugee crisis. The UK warned of climate change flood of refugees, and climate change will stir unimaginable refugee crisis, says military, are just a few examples of headlines that have appeared in British newspapers in recent years. A New York Times feature this summer was titled, "The Great Climate Migration Has Begun." Number 2. Turkey versus Greece. Turkey and Greece have been fighting a low-level conflict, a cold war, if you will, in the Aegean Sea for decades. The last major flashpoint in the region was the Imia or Kardak crisis of late January 1996. In that case, as with all others, a hot war was averted. Still, the seeds of combat planted there so many years ago threatened to sprout at any time. The last major confrontation between the two countries occurred in July and August 1974 on the island of Cyprus. It was the culmination of civil unrest on the island that began during the Bloody Christmas of December 1963, which almost led to a major war in 1964, but was prevented by American diplomatic pressure ordered by U.S. President Lyndon Johnson. The 1974 war was the first major conflict fought by the two nations since the Greco-Turkish War of 1919 to 1922, a consequence of the First World War. Using the Base 7 system, a war like the one fought in 1974 should have occurred in 1975. Thus, being an early fulfillment of historical repetition, it also represents the last important reset of any pattern begun by the 1919 conflict, thus resetting the target year from 1975 to 1974. July 1974 next comes up in July 2023. It will likely be the worst fighting since the 1919 to 22 campaign. By that time, Turkey will have Russia and Iran as military allies, making any conflict with Greece one of several that could ignite World War III in Europe. It could also trigger the biblical prophecy in the book of Daniel concerning a future leader of Grecia, countering offensives by Iran, Persia, into the Balkans and Italy. Effectively, it would be part of a larger war between the EU and a fragmented NATO against a revanchist Russian Empire, allied with Syria, Turkey, a Shia-controlled Iraq, and Iran, with the battlefields being in Europe and the Middle East. At some point, Iran and Turkey have a falling out, and Iran and Russia take over that country. Number 1. Immigration terrorist. The year 2023 fuels all these fears when this information is taken out of context by people who want to exploit people's fears. The last vibrations of the current age and the difficulties associated with discovering a new age will likely lead to a series of man-made discoveries and catastrophes, both natural and supernatural. These events must be studied so that people are prepared to face them individually and as a civilization. The French preacher Nostradamus predicted in 1555 that humanity would suffer from a serious disease that would be difficult to eradicate. He predicted that a pandemic could kill tens of millions of people in the United States and around the world. After a great human gathering comes the greatest to great engine of centuries renewed: the blood of the rain, the milk, the famine, iron, and plague. This year announces many natural disasters, but also advances in the scientific field. The floods will affect many countries in Europe, Italy, the Czech Republic, and the United Kingdom. And this continent will also be the target of many terrorist attacks. In the Middle East, religious extremism will grow. A major earthquake will occur in the area between California, USA, and Vancouver, Canada. Plus, he said there'd be terrorist immigration that will impact the immigration route. And Americans will have to find ways to stop them as more immigration come from all over the world. Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.